Well, hi there and welcome to the ISC FX Options Weekly Outlook for May 2nd, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionsSource.net. Let's take a look at a weekly chart of the U.S. dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. While the U.S. dollar index continues to slide, we can see a short-term support level at 73 that could yield a bounce and perhaps retracement to test resistance at the 74 level. However, with the trend in force continuing to be down, the next major support level sits at the 70-71 focal zone. Let's take a look at our daily chart here. A test of 73 on the daily chart should be followed by a bounce. However, the trend remains down, and failure to break back above 74 lends credibility to a continuation down to 71. Next up, the CDD, the U.S. versus the Canadian dollar. Well, the CDD failed to hold above 95. However, a reversal and subsequent break this week above the 96 level opens the window for a test of 97. However, failure to reverse back above the 95-96 focal zone lends credibility to a continuation towards the 92-93 box. Let's take a look at the YUK. Well, the YUK failed to reverse back above 83.84 last week, continuing to lower to test support at the 81.82 support level. Now, we should see a bounce here this week. However, the trend in force remains to the downside. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar versus the euro as seen here in the ISC FX Options pair value EUI. Well, the EUI is trading below a new resistance at 68.69. A test and subsequent failure to break above 68.69 is likely to yield a continuation lower with the 65.66 level as the next logical target. As long as the pair value continues to respect the trend line, the path of least resistance is to the downside. Let's take a look at the BPX, the U.S. versus the British pound. Well, the BPX is hitting a target at 59.560. A bounce could test resistance at 60.561. However, the current trend is to the downside. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar versus the Australian dollar as seen here in the ISC FX Options pair value AUX. Well, the AUX continues to free fall. However, we are currently seeing a test of a likely support level at 90.91. A bounce here could retrace as high as 93.94. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the U.S. dollar index continues to trend lower. While 73 should act as a short-term support, the next major target to the downside is 71. The CDD failed to hold above 95, lending credibility to a continuation lower. The YUK is testing support at 81.82. A break below 81 opens the window for a continuation lower. The EUI continues to trend lower with 65.66 as the next downside target. The BPX hit the 59.560 support. We should see a bounce higher this week. However, the trend in force remains down. The AUX continues to drop. However, the 90.91 focal zone should act as support this week. And this has been your ISC FX Options Weekly Outlook for May 2nd, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayers of OptionsSource.net reminding you to sign up for your free webinar at www.optionssource.net. Thanks for joining me here this week. We'll see you here next week.